Good morning, students. This is Sheba. Now we are going to discuss about the medical electronics UNIT-1 Electrophysiology and biopotential recording. So regarding this unit, in our previous session we have discussed about the biopotentials and biopotentials measuring electrodes and what are all the real-time applications of those electrodes. And in this session we are going to discuss about the biopotential amplifiers. So amplifier in general is used for strengthening the signal for communication to long distances. Here also these biopotential amplifiers are used to improve the CMRR rate and to improve the amplification of the biological signals that are generated from the human body. Majorly, the instrumentation amplifier are used in many real-time applications of medical field. It potentially combines the best feature desirable for biopotential measurements, and due to its high differential gain, low common mode gain and high CMRR, high input resistance, this is applied in many real-time applications. In general, there are some requirements for ECG amplifier, EEG amplifier and EMG amplifier, EOG amplifier for applying it in real time, and all these criteria are satisfied by our biopotential amplifiers which we are discussing now. If you see these amplifiers, the electrical interference reduction must be done in order to make the avoid the human body from getting interfere into the electrical contact. So power line interference is always around us, and so we need to be cautious about from getting driven by those power sources. The common mode interference would be completely rejected by the instrumentation amplifier if matching would be ideal, and so this is applied in many real-time applications. Moving to the filtering concept, filtering should be included in front end of the instrumentation amplifier in order to avoid the signal from getting included along with the noise and unwanted signals. Notch filters are also used in many medical applications of desirable range of 50 or 60 Hz in order to remove the power line interference and getting the viable signal for diagnosis of the disease. Artifact detection, that is nothing but the electrode skin interface contact must be reduced. So, creating unwanted fact or false results is reduced by using this artifact reduction techniques. Electrical isolation is also needed because in order to limit the possibility of passage of any leakage current from the instrument to the patient, in order to avoid from getting a large damage. So for that purpose, transformer and optical isolations are implemented. Defibrillation protection. Yes, defibrillator is one of the major equipment and or assist devices used in the human body protection. So from getting high voltages into the human body, to avoid the high voltages getting into the human body, we use protecting or isolation insulating devices to avoid human body getting damaged by those high voltages. Moving to electroneurogram ENG, it measures the electrical activity of neurons in the central nervous system or peripheral nervous system, and it measures the conduction velocity of a peripheral nerve to find its stimulus and its response. Here you can see the example of ENG measurement, how the stimulus is created and its artifacts are measured. EMG is another one. It is nothing but the electromyogram detects the electrical potential activity of the muscles. So, for example, an athlete, if he or she is an athlete, their muscles may getting damaged very frequently, and so EMG is used for finding the muscular movements and muscle tearing and all. Surface electrodes are mostly used for this EMG measurements. Here you can see the waveform representation of this, how this muscle values are marked. The shape of this potential indicate peripheral neuropathy and can be modified by the occurrence of the disease. So in this area, the major questions are biological amplifiers, what is the requirement of those amplifiers and how it is used in the measurement of EMG to find the EMG signal characteristics. So here I have also given the important links for reference and also book reference. SP Medical Electronics, chapter 1, page number 15 to 27 and 48 to 50 corresponds to the topic which we have discussed now. Moving to the electrocardiogram, ECG, one of the major measurement which measures the potential on the body surface due to the activity of the heart. Yes, source of ECG signal is the sinoatrial nerve, SCA nerve or SCA node, the node where the origin of the heart signal, heart pulse is generated, and so monitoring of this SCA node is the major task in finding these ECG signals. First, you need to know the anatomy of the heart in clear in order to find this ECG value. SCA node, atrioventricle AV node, and also a right ventricle and left ventricle, right ventricle and left ventricle are some separations where different values of the heart pulse are measured individually. So lead system is used to measure this variety of pulses in variety of position of the heart. ECG represents superposition of all signals which starts from sinoatrial node, P wave, arterial depolarization, QRS complex, that is ventricular depolarization, and T wave, ventricular repolarization. So you need to know the pulse generation to pulse depolarization part very clearly. 6 points are marked in this waveform, which is the major position of the pulse measurement. Enthoven triangle, which plays a major part in this ECG measurement, it is nothing but approximation of lead vectors of limb leads. It determines electrode placement for ECG. Here you can see the various limb lead position measurements. Heart rates are monitored. Normal, it need to be 70 beats per minute, and so in abnormal condition it may increase or decrease according to the patient condition. So this is the clear waveform representation of the ECG wave, where the first one is the arterial depolarization, and second part it go to the peak ventricular depolarization, and third again it reaches the normal position ventricular repolarization. So the basic amplitude value ranges from 1 to 5 millivolt of bandwidth is 0.05 to 100 Hz. Typical applications are in diagnosis of various types of heart diseases. 12-lead ECG measurement is one of the major applied measurement, worldwide applied measurement. 12 leads are placed in the human body at various positions like right arm, left arm, and left leg limb position, so and also heart. So a triangle is formed, which you can clearly see in this diagram, and various pulse values are recorded at different places. So you need to clearly know about this ECG measurement and its recording signal measurements. Here I have also given the important links for reference and also book reference. SP Medical Electronics, chapter 1, page number 28 to 41 corresponds to the ECG measurements. Moving to the EOG measurement or ERG measurement. So it deals with the vision. So nothing but ERG is the electroretinogram. Retinal pulses, retinal signals are measured. When retina is stimulated with the flash of light, its characteristics may change according to the particular problem in the retina. These potential changes are collectively known as electroretinogram, and they are clinically recorded with the aid of AGCL electrodes embedded in a special contact lens. Moving to EEG. Anatomy of brain. First you need to know clearly how the brain stem, cerebellum, hypothalamus and pituitary gland, cerebrum are placed. So, after knowing this, lobes of brains are measured. Frontal lobe, occipital lobe, parietal lobe and temporal lobe are the 4 major lobes of brain. And so, when you are going to measure EEG, you need to place the lead in all these lobes covering all the brain portion. EEG measures potential fluctuations recorded from the brain electrical activity recorded with 3 types of electrodes like scalp electrode, cortical electrode, depth electrode. So, recording fluctuating potentials represent a superposition of the field potentials produced by a variety of active neural current generators within the volume conductor medium. Here you can see the variety of bioelectric potential measured from the brain, like alpha waves, which occurs when the patient is awake but rested position. It ranges from 8 to 13 Hz, and beta waves occurs during intense mental activity of the brain, and it ranges from 14 to 30 Hz. Theta wave, occurs when emotional stress or disappointment occurs with the human body. It ranges from 4 to 7 Hz, and delta waves occurs in deep sleep or in serious brain disease. It ranges from less than 3.5 Hz. So this is the EEG sleep patterns marked at excited, relaxed, drowsy, asleep and deep sleep positions. So the changes may occur according to the human body condition. Abnormal EEG waves are also marked here based on the brain disease like general epilepsy or grand mal, that is patient loses consciousness, or petit mal, that is patient retains consciousness. So every activity can be measured. This EEG also used to locate tumors in the brain, and these are all some of the neural probes which are used for measuring the brain activities. Regarding this electroencephalography EEG, its amplitude ranges from 0.001 to 0.1 millivolt and bandwidth of 0.5 to 40 Hz. There are many measurement types like a 10 to 20 lead system, which is the most widely worldwide accepted lead system for measuring the EEG. You can see how this frontal, occipital, cerebellum area are separated and how the leads are fixed here. So it measures the electrical activity of human brain and it diagnoses particular disease. Brain research utilizes even 256 to 512 channels EEG heads. Moving to electromyography EMG, it measures the electrical activity of muscle fibers, which we have seen in the last class also, and its amplitude ranges from 1 to 10 millivolt, bandwidth of 20 to 2000 Hz. Major applications like muscle function, neuromuscular disease diagnosis and prosthesis disease diagnosis. Electrooculography EOG, it deals with the eye. So movement of eyeball is the major basic foundation of finding the diseases. So its amplitude ranges from 0.01 to 0.1 millivolt and bandwidth of 10 Hz. Its primary sources include skin potential and motion. Applications of eye position, sleep state, vestibulo-ocular reflex can be found. Another major one measurement is phonocardiogram. This is nothing but phono refers to the sound wave, which we also know clear. Cardio refers to the heart. So sound of heart sound is measured by using the ECG measurements. Here you can see 4 positions are marked to find this heart sound. Oscillation techniques is the major one used for these ECG measurements, where heart sound and murmurs have extremely small amplitude and frequency from 0.1 to 2000 Hz. And so recording device must be carefully selected for wideband frequency response characteristics. So stethoscope is one of the major equipment to find this heartbeat, lub and dub sound. This is the stethoscope frequency response. Gain versus frequency is marked here. A phonocardiogram is recording of heart sound and murmurs. It eliminates subjective interference of heart sounds and enables the evaluation of heart sound and murmurs with respect to the electric and mechanical events in the cardiac cycle. Evaluation of this result is based on the basics of changes in the wave shape and various timing parameters. You can see clearly from the graph marked here. First second is very minimum, lub sound is clearly here, whereas another third and arterial position sounds are very minimum, which is also marked in the graph here. various positions like diastole and systole positions, and also abnormal conditions like normal aortic stenosis position, mitral positions of heart rate sounds are also measured. Talking about the topic which we have seen now, EEG, what is meant by EEG, EOG, PCG need to be known very clearly, and also their signal characteristics may be asked in the part B and part C questions also. Here I have also given the important links for reference and corresponding book references. SP Sasireka, Medical Electronics, Chapter 1, page number 41 to 48 and 51 to 58 corresponds to the topic which we have discussed now. So, regarding this Unit 1, Medical Electronics, Electrophysiology measurements, applications, blood gas analyzers, blood glucose meter, brainwave machine, electronic cardiac meter, stethoscope, digital thermometers, IR thermometers, defibrillators, pygmomanometers, MRI, that is magnetic resonance imaging, are the major application areas. Apart from this, also many real-time applications are available, which we will be seeing in the upcoming sessions. This is about the content of presentation regarding Unit 1. If you have any doubt in this, you can ask me and get the details. Thank you.